Hi, I'm Kim Sandberg. Let's walk through installing and setting up the Sweet 16 in the Insight table. Up to this point, you've followed the instructions in your manual, or you've watched the video that walks you through the steps of putting together the Insight table. We're now ready to put the suite into the table. We recommend that you put your arm through the center and hold it like this. And then just slide the machine into the table. Take a minute and center it, moving it forward so that the C-pod is almost touching against this bracket right here at the back. Just a little bit of space left right here. Next, we want to take the insert and install it here. So very carefully, keeping my cords to the side, I'm going to slide this in place. And before I slide it in place, I want to be sure and have these two knobs slightly loosened so that I have a little bit of room so that this lip will catch the edges of these brackets right here. I'll hold on to these cords, keep them to the side with the two connections down here, and very carefully slide it right into place until the front edge is even with the rest of my table. Now right back here on this side, I want to make sure that the cords go underneath the little bracket that's there. And there's also a bracket back here that you need to catch. You just slide it so it's nice and smooth. Make sure that your cords are underneath and that the table is flush with the insert here. We'll slide this back so that the front is even. And I'm just going to tuck my cords back to the side. Next, I'll come here to the front of the machine, and right underneath here, I want to tighten these knobs so that it holds everything in place. Once those knobs are tightened, I can move my machine forward to reduce this gap right here so that it's right against the front of the insert. Now what we're looking for here is that this tabletop be level with the needle plate, not the throat of the machine. You don't want your needle plate to be higher than the table. Right here is where we're looking for level. And you could, of course, place a ruler or even a level across there and make sure that that is nice and level so that you'll have a smooth quilting space. Now I need to attach my cords to the back of the machine. So let me turn the machine around so you can see that portion. The Insight table insert has two cords that connect. This one connects to the back of the machine. So I will pop it right in there, and then I can just use my fingers to tighten these screws so that I have a nice, secure connection. I want that to be nice and secure. Next, I need to connect my foot pedal. So using my other connector I have here, I will pop it right in. And then this one has actually some flathead screws that I can just go ahead and use a little screwdriver to tighten that connection. All right, now my foot pedal is connected nice and tightly. I don't have to worry about that connection wiggling loose at all. The last thing I want to do is connect my power cord. And my power cord connects right here. My power cord connects right here on the other side. Just pop it in there. And if you do have one of these brackets, make sure that you pop it into place. That holds it securely. You may have, if you have a newer style, You may have two little red buttons at this side that you click in there. Just connect it the way that your machine was previously connected. Now you're ready to plug in your machine and start quilting. I've got my suite set up in my table. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in and get ready to quilt. Now we're ready to start quilting. Let's go through the screen, the different settings that you can use with the Insight table. But first of all, let's take a minute to talk about where the stitch regulation happens. Right here on the table, we've got two sensors. We've got these two sensors right here. And although it does work, the stitch regulation still works if I only have one sensor covered with fabric. You're going to get the very best results if you have both of the sensors covered with fabric. So make sure to allow extra fabric on the edge of your projects so that when you're stitching on the very edge of that design, you have those sensors covered. Okay, now let's take a look at the screen and we'll go through the settings and what the screen looks like. Right now, I'm in manual mode. This means that I'm the stitch regulator. I can change the speed by touching one of these presets or touching the plus or minus to change that speed percentage. Now, when I touch the regulated button here, it turns red and you see that my screen changes. I have a lot of great options here. I can choose to have my needle stop in the up or down position. I can choose my SPI right up here at the top of the screen by touching plus or minus. So I can get exactly that 11 stitches per inch, 12 stitches per inch that I want. And then I have my cruise speed right here at the bottom. Now the cruise speed determines which mode you're in. If I touch the minus and take it all the way down to 0, that means I'm in precision mode. The machine will only start stitching when I move the fabric over the sensors. That's precision mode. If I want to have cruise, I'll touch my plus and add a percentage to that so that I will get that constant motion of the machine stitching even when I'm holding the fabric still. Now here's another great feature that with the Insight table. I have the ability to do a based stitch. So if I touch my button right up here, it actually changes to a second timing. And it will take a stitch every ½ inch. So I can use that mode, or with my SPI, if I turn that off, I can actually go down to as low as 4 stitches per inch, which is a ¼ inch basting stitch if I want to do it in the regulated mode and not do it by the seconds. Now, another great option with the Insight table is the ability to turn the machine on and off here at the screen. I can touch this button and the machine is now on and running, and I can touch it again to turn it off. I can choose to turn it on and off here at the screen or with the foot pedal, whatever's easiest. Those are the basic settings for using the Insight table with stitch regulation with the Suite 16, all the settings on the screen. I hope you have fun finishing your quilting projects.